So I always say that when I tell people, I introduce myself to people and I say that I'm into tech, I get to hear a lot of, oh wow, how do I get into tech? What course can I sign up for? Where do I start from? You get to hear that a whole lot, a whole lot, like many people saying that. And some saying, oh, I know so and so, she's into data science, she's a billionaire, so I'm going to do data science. And trust me, they have no related skill or personality that can allow them to thrive in data science. And so they purchase that course worth thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, and then they start and they never finish. They don't even go half point, right? And you see those that say, oh, it's a programmer, I want to code, I want to code. And then because the whole world is literally trying to help many people across the world, especially Africa, going to tech, you tend to see so many free courses that are actually well priced or valued if you have to pay for them. But because they are free, people jump on them and they start, and the feeling is very overwhelming that they're not able to complete. We see that over and over and over again. As a tech company that offer training on tech spaces, we see the struggle of people unable to complete their courses, people feeling overwhelmed, or there's information overload, and all of those kind of things. Trust me, we've trained people in tech courses across different areas, from the simple tech to even the advanced ones as software development. And the challenges we see are just across the board, right? So we have that a lot. And then I see people mismatching their skills. So they spend time, hours, days trying to study for a tech course that is not right for them. They waste their time, they waste their resources, and they find out that I'm not even getting it. These tech things, and I don't even know where to start. It doesn't make any sense. That time is gone. Those resources are gone, okay? And then they have to start again. And sometimes they go and pay for another course. Meanwhile, there's just a very thin line that if they're able to follow that process, the processes I'm going to take you through today, if you're able to follow this simple, 5 simple steps or processes, sorry about that, our light will to come back in a bit. Okay, yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me? Kindly let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. Can you let me know in the chat box if you can hear me? Okay, fantastic. So we're talking about the issues with tech courses and people going round and round in circles. And then for me, here at the Techy Train and for my team as well, we keep getting asked, Mark, please, what course should I sign up for? What course should I do? How should I do the course? Which one should I do first? Where do I start from? And all of that. We get that a whole lot of times. We keep getting that. And so while we're discussing, I'm like, oh, let's have an open day. Let's explain these things. I'm not very much available. My mentoring time is not free. My clarity sessions are absolutely not free as well. But I just feel it can help a lot of people because for us at Techy Train, it's not just about you giving us your money and paying for a course. It's about you having to actually get value for what you're taking because most of the course were created with so much work infused into it, so much effort. And so it's not fair to have to see people go through it and they feel there's no value. Then what's the point? And that's why we're here today. And in less than an hour, I'm just going to take you. Trust me, it's not going to be long. It's going to be as simple, as direct as possible. Then I will just take your questions and interact with you. We had 188 people sign up for this session. And then I'm not sure everybody will want to come in, but the Zoom session can take only 100. So every other person that joins later or joins so much later might need to get on YouTube to stream or watch the replay. Okay, So I'm going to dive right into it. I'll just share my screen right away. Yeah. Welcome to our open day. Today, February 2022. So it's something we're going to be doing as often as possible, not every month, please, but as often as possible. The open day is geared towards informing our audience about tech related matters so they can make decisions, whether about trainings or about products or about directions or things like that. That's what the open day is scheduled for. It's only going to be a 1 hour or less than 1 hour session every month, and it's going to cover different areas. Now, this month is targeted on understanding tech skills and how to transition into tech. Next month is definitely going to be something a whole lot different that I'm going to talk to you about at the end of the class. Now you might be wondering what is the Techy Trade Incubator and why do they think they are quite qualified to take us through this course. The Techy Trade Incubator is a technology company where we marry intellect, work, and welfare for women. So basically, we have a tripartite nature that is focused on ensuring that the woman is empowered, and for a woman to be empowered, you realize that it's beyond giving her work. It's actually beyond giving her work. So some people think, I'll just give her work to do. But if you give her work and she's not emotionally, her mind is not stable to take that work, she's going to ruin it. She's not going to stay through to the work, and that'll just be it. So she's done for. And then if you actually referred her, maybe it wasn't the job, maybe it wasn't your job directly, but you referred her to someone, you've actually jeopardized the integrity. Now, she didn't intentionally want to ruin you or ruin the offer that you have given her or ruin the job, but most times she can't help it. Sometimes her intellect is not well equipped or positioned to carry that capacity to handle the work that you've given her. So for we at the Turkey Train, we're very focused, or we take particular interest on ensuring that the mindset is right. The mindset is right, the intellect is right, they're ready for the job. And that's one of the reasons why we have this open day, because we need you to know what you're doing. We need you to understand why you're doing what you're doing and why you should take this course. And if the course is for you, it's not for everybody. Our courses are not for everybody, and we have different courses. Not all of them are for you. So you don't say, because this person is earning millions, I'm going to do. Do you have the capacity for it? What are the dynamics that can allow you work in that flow? That's intellect. And then, so when we ensure that your mindset is right, even when we work with you in our agency, we always try to have a discovery call with you. We don't have a fixed amount for most of our services. So I won't just come and tell you that to run a digital campaign is 5,000 naira or 50,000 naira or 500,000 naira. No, we need to sit down with you and understand what your needs are, and then see if it's something we can even help you with. And if what you're thinking is the problem is actually the problem. So I'm going to give you an example. A client had been trying to get a virtual assistant, hire a virtual assistant from us, and we had a conversation. I'm like, let's get on a call first. Let me understand your needs. And we had a conversation on Saturday morning. And when we discussed, we realized that she didn't actually need a virtual assistant. She needed an executive assistant. She needed someone that would come in daily. She needed someone that was beyond doing virtual roles and all of those kind of things. Now, imagine if I had said, oh, a virtual assistant, fine, okay, take this person, pay this person. She would have wasted money, wasted effort, she won't see results, it won't make sense, and all of that. So it's important that those things are aligned. So we get the intellect, and then from the intellect, we're able to know the work that fits you, and we empower them with skills to work. So when we empower them with skills to work, they're able to take care of themselves, their children, their communities, their families. That is welfare. So they become in charge of their welfare. They are not dependent on people anymore to actually survive. That's what we do. So in doing that, we get to solve the gender unemployment gap. So we try not to be rigid with processes. We try to work based on your personality, your preferences, your flexibility, and what is available to you, to know the options that are viable to you. so that if you have to work remotely, then that's it for you. If you have to go out, then this is what works for you, right? And while we do that, we reduce inequalities. We do more of reducing inequalities than actually promoting gender equality. For me, I feel that it's not really, we are not the same. And so for women, you need that buffer. There are many things that militate against women. There are many things that fight against women. We are all dynamic. So you have kids, you have families. If there has to be a choice most times of someone to be home, it's most likely has to be the woman. So, but the woman is there, and there's a part of her that is struggling to come out, and she's not able to come out because she feels trapped, she feels limited. Some people, some newly married women do not get employed into some positions because they feel they're going to get pregnant soon. Meanwhile, some organizations will take preference on hiring a newly married man because they will feel this one has the zeal and drive. He just got married, so he needs money and he's going to put all his efforts to actually earn to take care of his family. Do you see the dynamics? So, in what we're doing, we're trying to promote and reduce inequality, promote decent work and economic growth. So yes, this woman might not be able to thrive in this kind of environment because of certain factors. How do we help create a conducive atmosphere for her to work, to thrive while at work? How can she? They'll be like, if she works from home, she's going to be distracted by her kids. Oh no, come to Techy Train. Techy Train will ensure that she's accountable. She understands her goals and deliverables. And so when she does your work, you pay us, we check deliverables are met, and she gets paid. So we stand as an intermediary to ensure that women have access to decent work and growth, and a different decent work which promotes economic growth. And in doing that, it helps us achieve the goal of no poverty, gender equality, and then for me, the most beautiful effect of it all is the ripple effect. Is the ripple effect. So in the ripple effect, it happens that once the women are thriving, or once the woman is thriving, her children tend to see, she tends to pass it across them. I've trained so many people, and trust me, the more women that get exposed to tech, the more they want everyone around them to really benefit from it. They're interested in teaching their child how to code, how to edit videos, how to press their phones. They are so synced about the future. They are so excited. And so it's creating a saner society. It's creating a more independent life for younger people, for them to know they can thrive. But if the woman does not have is not exposed to opportunities like this, she feels trapped. And with that, her trapped and limited mindset, she's propelling her children and her generation towards that path. They understand. So for us, it's not just us, it's the ripple effect. The woman is going to raise that boy. The woman is going to raise that girl for tomorrow. So it's what we do. We try to marry these two together to produce a wholesome result for women, so that a woman will have a protection for herself, which is the little money of her own that she has. So we have the training aspect, where we have the school. We host tech courses from data analytics to video editing to graphic design to product photography, to digital marketing to social media, and so many others that are also coming up. So we do training on tech skills. Some of these tech skills are boot camps. In our boot camps are immersive blended approach. When I say blended, it's not just a self-paced course, it's kind of hybrid. So you have interactions with your tutors, as well as having the course on the learning management system. So we interact, you learn, you apply. We also have some courses where it's an applied based knowledge. So you come in like an intern. While you're learning, you're actually working. So you're giving tasks, and in doing the tasks, you're actually learning. Do you understand? That's a blended learning approach. We also have courses that are full self-paced. So you just go by yourself at your own time, at your leisure, at your convenience, and you take the course. Different courses. Now, we can have a particular course, and for example, we're currently running a virtual assistant bootcamp for those that want to become virtual assistants. So that course is a bootcamp. We're having interactions, live classes every week. After this cohort, the next cohort is not going to be a bootcamp. It's going to be a self-paced course. So you just go online and take the courses and ask questions in the comment section if you want, but you won't have direct interaction with your tutor. So it could be like that. The next one might just be a self-paced course or something. So different courses, different updates. That's for the training. We also run a digital assistant agency where we help outsource. So we do some digital assistant processes like digital marketing, online media, web development, cold calling, email marketing, and all of those kind of things. But we also help people hire talents in the digital space, especially women, right? And in terms of training, we've trained so many, over 7,000. In terms of getting people jobs, over 100, and then over 100 directly. And we've helped several indirectly to get jobs because when they get trained, they get to start up their own or they meet people, and the effect just goes. The ripple effect just continues to grow. That's basically what we've been doing. So this is why me coming to speak to you today about transitioning to tech is not I'm not speaking from what they call it. I'm not speaking from out of the blues. I'm not speaking from a topic that I do not understand. I'm speaking to you from experience, and I'm going to be telling you why in a bit. Now, we also have a workspace and a technology hub, which I'm just going to quickly show you. It's a beautiful, an extremely beautiful space for women. But this month we're running a promo that my birthday, and I'm the team lead and founder here. So if you want to come into the space, if you live in Abuja, you can come into the space at a very discounted rate to read, to study, to access the internet, take your courses, learn, collaborate with others, and all of that. We have high speed internet, fiber optic, up to 150 Mbps, that's 150 MB per second in terms of download speed. And you have other accessories, very nice, cozy, quiet. If you want to come in, you can always come in this month, highly discounted for both men and women. So not just men, so both men and women for March. But the center is primarily for women. It's a Techy Trade Incubator Center for women. Okay, now that being said, I'm going to take you right back um, to my slides. So this is ours, and then this is me. I don't know if you've met me. I didn't say my name when we started. My name is Excellence Enrica Joshua. I'm the team lead and founder at the Techy Train Incubator. I have a degree in biomedical laboratory science from the University of Ibadan. So you see, I actually also transitioned to tech, right? You see why I say I know, I can tell you what works. And for me, it wasn't a predetermined or pre-thought about thing per se. I didn't think I was ever going to do this, but necessity allowed me, and trust me, it's like the best thing that I have ever done. I'm a World Bank Fellow, social entrepreneur. I'm more focused. When I say I'm a social entrepreneur, I'm more focused on impact than profit. I'm a digital skills expert. I have trained over 7,000 on different digital skills. I love to develop websites a whole lot. I love to develop websites. Like it's kind of therapeutic to me. I love to develop websites. I am an online media consultant and a certified social media expert and consultant from the IAP Career College in US and Canada. I have developed over 100 websites, managed several online media campaigns and strategies in industries across manufacturing, politics, health, business, fashion, like just so many. And I have won multiple awards as an entrepreneur, right? So this is me, and it is so nice to meet you. Before we wrap up this conversation, I hope to get to meet you and know you and answer your questions as well. So now let's dive right into it. The journey transitioning into tech. Transitioning into tech. I know most of you here, if you have a technical background, you wouldn't necessarily feel that you need this, but most of you here will most likely not have a technical background. And so you're just wondering, how do I transition the roles, the jargons, the skills? Where do I fit? What is realistic? And then you realize that time is going day after day, time after time, and then you're not being able to really achieve what it is you want to achieve. And you feel you've taken so many courses, you have so many courses everywhere, you're in so many groups, you're just everywhere, but you're not getting the results that you really desire to get. That is why we're here. What are the steps you need to take? I always say this, that Someone that has not broken out of prison will not show you the way, or it's going to be unable to show you the way to actually break out. It's someone that knows the road that will show you the road, Abby. So if you keep trying to figure it out yourself, you might be going around in circle. You might eventually do that, figure it out yourself. But the thing is, it might have cost you time, effort, resources, and you realize that you become maybe a bulk of so many things and master of none, and then you have this so many skills a bit here and there, and you're still very broke. Yeah, many tech people are like that. Skills here, 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 and they're very broke. You don't want to be that. And so I'm so excited that you took a chance with yourself to come in here this afternoon. 188 people sign up. We have 12 people in the group, minus me, that is 11. So you took a chance to come on live, and because you're live, you're going to have the opportunity to ask me any question right now on the call for no charge, for without any limitation or getting to pass through my admin or anybody to ask me this question. So I just want to say congratulations. It means that you're ready to give yourself a chance. I know this is not exactly a good time for many people. They might be at work, they might be on transit. They are not where they want to be, but they want to shift, and so they're not able to come on live. So it's absolutely fine. So now let's go right into it. The very first step is to get the right mindset. You need to get the right mindset. You need to get the right mindset. You need to understand. I know many people, when it comes to tech, they feel, oh, they're picturing, I'm going to work in Google, I'm going to work in Amazon, and they're picturing those big places, and they feel if I do that tech course in 1 week, I've learned it. In the next week, I'll get a job. In the next third week, I've made my first $1,000. In the fourth week, please calm down, calm down, calm down. It doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't. In as much as it's high up there are some people that are at the other extreme end that they feel, how do I do this? How do you know all of this? How can I get there? Is it possible? Those are two extreme sides of the divide that you don't want to be at, right? So, in the other steps, you're going to be looking at how you can get to know yourself and how to identify the right path for you. And then you will also be able to find out how long it will take you to actually achieve your goal or your result in that path. But first thing, you have to be realistic. Transitioning into tech and making it in tech is not a get rich quick scheme. Is not a get rich quick scheme. It's never quick. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency, it takes a lot of work, it takes discipline. When you begin to study to transition into tech, especially if you're not doing a degree where it's controlled, you're trying to learn these things by yourself. Oh my God, it can be very, very nerve wracking. Like you will just be on it. And most times, the thing about it for me is when I was able to break through in certain areas, I realized a part of me that I never knew existed. There was this excitement that my mind opened up that, oh my God, I can solve problems. I can do this. You mean I can do this? Because I can do this, my mindset opened up to possibilities that I never knew or imagined were possible before now. Are you with me? So it took a lot of work. And trust me, the work has not even stopped. I still study. I still practice, I still get on some jobs and then I still get stuck. And I still go and check and find out what's this person doing? How do I fix this? What's going on here? It doesn't stop. The learning doesn't stop. You keep doing that, right? And then because in the tech space, you're being judged based on your portfolio. That's the work you have done, the results you have produced. It's not necessarily about I had A1, you had A1, you had 100 in that particular one. How about others? It's about how many jobs you've done. It's about how good those projects are. And so you have to keep doing that. And then most times, before you get that your big break, you must have been consistent across that path for a while. So it's important that you set very realistic goals. So you can't tell me you want to become a software developer and you're telling yourself in the next 1 month I'll become a proficient software developer. You're lying to yourself, not just to me. So do yourself a favor, tell yourself the truth, and I will tell myself the truth. It takes time. It takes time. It takes time. And even taking time, especially where it takes time, even when you're not running around the bush. how much more those that are running around the bush. So the first thing is get the right mindset. Know that this will take time. Know that this will take a lot from you. Know that it will cost you to make you to sacrifice a lot. It costs us to sacrifice a lot. For me, one of the things I had to sacrifice was fun. Yeah, I had to sacrifice fun. I had to sacrifice hanging out. I had to disappoint so many friends. Yeah, I had to do that. So I had to sacrifice fun a whole lot for me to learn. And because I had to learn, there were some jobs I could not take. So every single money I had in me was important, and I had to maximize it. I could not afford to spend on frivolities. I could not afford to buy random shoes, random clothes. I wouldn't even buy you a shabby. Yes, I could not do that because I needed data, I needed light, I needed to save up to buy a better laptop, so, and then because I had to study, I might not have time for some other jobs, and I had to pay school fees for my son, right? So those were sacrifices I had to make. I had to stay up at night. I had to sit there that until I figure this thing out, I'm not sleeping. Oh, you need to get to that point where you stay on the screen, you put your eyes, you focus, you tell your brain, this thing, I must get it right. What's causing me? What's making this thing not to work? you know those are sacrifices that I made. I don't know what your sacrifices are going to be, but you need to set realistic goals knowing that this thing will cost me. Some of you might decide to choose a path in tech that you might not be able to combine your present job with taking a course in that path. Sometimes you might choose a path that when you finish learning you have to do internship, and the internship you have to do might be unpaid. Sometimes you might need to serve somebody or work under somebody and tell that person that don't pay me salary. I just need to understudy you. Just teach me for so period. Do you understand that? Those are sacrifices that you have to make. And so you have to get the right mindset to be able to do that. You have to know, okay, I can put this aside. I can do this from now to now or to this point, right? So we have different areas of tech, and depending on the area of tech and where you are and the gap between where you are to where you want to get to, determine what the sacrifices you might need to make. My sacrifices might not be your sacrifices. Step two, once you have the right mindset, which I believe you all should have by now, your mind should be ready and say, oh, it's not it's not a get rich quick scheme. Oh, it's not crypto. It's not the one that I will just put 5,000 and get 10,000 or 10 million. I believe that you're there right now. So the next thing is for you to know yourself. As cliche as this might sound, you might think everyone knows themselves, but I realize that most people do not. So if you don't know why you want to make the transition, you're going to get lost when things get hard along the way. For my students, I always tell them, what is your why? Why are you transitioning? Are you transitioning because are you transitioning to tech and then you went to data science because you saw that lady on Facebook, she bought range, the other one bought Raph, all of them are data scientists. So you want to go and do that. Are you transitioning to robotics because that's the in thing and everybody's saying is the in thing? What is your why? And for you to know your why, you have to know and understand yourself. You need to know what kind of work energizes you. You need to know, are you more analytical or more interpersonal? When you talk about analytical, are you more logical? I see some people, you never liked mathematics in school. In fact, because of maths, you wrote WAEC many times. You struggled and managed to go through it, or you managed through, and then you go to university, you never really had to calculate except the basics in 100 level. And then because you see everybody shouting data analytics, you go and jump, I'm going to do data analytics. You pay for that course $1,900, and then it's not making sense to you. And you try, it's not making sense to you. Go and buy another one. Say maybe that one, the teacher is too complicated or too complex. You go and buy another course again, $500. So this one is cheaper. And then you start and you do not finish, or you start and then the first thing you're going is, I'm going to code, I'm going to do software engineering. You start the easy ones, oh, it's simple. Now I get to the middle and you're looking, where is my head, where am I coming from? Do you understand? You realize that you do not have, you know you don't have interpersonal skills. You don't like to relate. You're that kind of people that, those kind of people that they would be online. You will never know they're online, but they know every single thing going on. They will not like, they will not comment, they will not engage, they'll just be on their own. And you say you want to become a social media manager and tear that cool. It's only a matter of time. You get tired. You get tired. You get tired. So you need to know, who are you? Are you more analytical, or more interpersonal? And I always tell people, so when they want to transition into tech, most times they feel whatever I studied in school doesn't matter, even if it's geography, history, I beg, that one has passed. This is a new dispensation. Unfortunately, no, it's not like that. It doesn't work that way. All your experiences, everything you've gone through, when you put them together, they give clues about who you are. They give clues about your strength. They give clues about the direction you should go. None of those things are a waste. None. Absolutely none. What are your past work experience that have brought you the most satisfaction? What did you find doing that made sense to you? You need to know yourself, and I'm going to be telling you why. What do you hope to achieve in the next 2 to 3 years of your career? I had someone who was, she's a lawyer, and she was so interested in, I want to do data analytics. I want to do data analytics, or I want to transition into tech. I don't know what it is, but now the world is turning towards data analytics. When I had a conversation with her, I'm like, why do you want to do data analytics? You don't like calculations, you don't like figuring those things out. You're more a relationship kind of person. Why don't you go for product management? And she's like, what is product management? I'm like, product management, you manage the product, you kind of intersect all of those other areas, the developers, the UI designers, all of those things. You excel there. The funny thing, you work in a, most international organizations, startups are trying to penetrate Africa. So you're very skilled as a lawyer, very skilled. You understand how to interpret the Nigerian law, especially in terms of business, and in terms of business, yes, very well. So imagine you now having a certificate in product management and then combining it with your law degree. Do you know you become hot cake in most organizations trying to penetrate the African market? They will hire you before they hire somebody that just has a product management course. You know how to intersect people, you know how to interpret this thing. So when they're developing the product, you're able to tell them that no, this will not work this way. Why don't you do it like this? Your contribution is valid because you're talking from an informed choice. So before I went to biomedical lab science in school, I had studied, I've been in pharmacy school for 3 to 4 years. And so in my total year in school, it was about 8 to 9 years before I eventually graduated, all through the area of medicine. So one would have felt, you mean you have gone through all of this and then you came out and you're not practicing. It doesn't add up. Unfortunately, that's not true. So currently I work with about 3 telemedicine organizations. I don't talk about them as much as that, but I do. And you know why I'm a perfect fit for those organizations? Because I intersect technology and medicine. So when we come to the team and we're talking, there are most people that they are just all medicine, and we have those that are all tech. So what is my role? My role is to intersect both of them. And then with my experience in marketing, I'm able to tell you this is what is viable. So I become a hot cake. So my medicine degree was not a waste. My diagnostic background was not a waste, or it's not a waste. So that you're not hearing about it does not mean I don't do it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you think you studied history. So how does the history connect to the future? How do I apply those things to development? You're there, you've done cold calling, you've done customer service. Do you know that there's area of customer and sales rep in terms of tech? Technology is very broad. Those that code cannot do it on their own. It's not possible. If you notice, most of the software developers and programmers are hidden. You don't really know them. You don't really see them. It's just what it is. They are very, their spectrum on the introverted level is very high. And so most of them are unable to sell their products. Most of the people that you hear that make noise, and I'm doing tech, most of them are either product managers, business managers, or business developers, or sales and marketing experts. They are not actually the people developing the product. Some of them go and hire people from India or from other countries to actually develop the tech product for them. They are not the ones doing it, but they are the ones making the noise and selling the products. They're even the face of the company, they're even the CEOs. But if you ask them, they cannot exactly code, but they are also in tech. So I need you to remove your mindset that for you to be in tech, I have to write a line of code. You might don't need to write any line of code for you to be in tech. You just have to know what area you function best, where you fit perfectly. And for you to do that, you need to know yourself. So if you don't want to interact with people, so some people feel because I don't want to interact with people, because I don't want to be there, so maybe coding is my area. That doesn't make it, that's not, it's not the all of it. It's not the full determinant that because you don't interact, you have to code. It's not true. So you need to know yourself. And if you have to take personality tests to do that, do that. If you had to visit a coach that would demystify you, do that. For me, I had to sit with a coach to bring out aspects of me that I didn't know existed. So when she began to ask me some questions, I realized some things I had done, some successes I had achieved from far back in primary school and secondary school that were very relevant to my reality today. That if she had not asked me those questions, I wouldn't even know that those possibilities existed in me. I thought most things I had done were a waste. I thought that my tutu was not even, was just, I just messed up. I didn't see any possibility in myself. But when she began to speak to me, when she began to open my eyes, I began to see things and parts of me that I didn't know were possible. So if you need to sit down with a coach to get clear on that, please do. It starts with knowing yourself. I tell people the tech people cannot survive on their own in the first place. So what makes you think if you're doing tech, won't you need admin? As you're coding, do you know what it is to sit down and code? You sit down and you're coding. Do you have the time to start calculating, going to answer somebody at the door every 5 minutes? Sometimes your phone is even on silence because the noise on the phone we can scatter your heads. Or maybe you're in marketing, you're there trying to understand the analytics, trying to see what is working in the online space, looking and interpreting the analytics, and somebody is there calling. You need an admin person to take the calls and handle all the clients' front end. You can't handle all of them. How far can you go? So you see, everything is interconnected, but you can be an admin in the tech space. Okay, so but first you have to know yourself. So first change your mindset, let you to know that this is what is available, this is what is possible. Then next you need to know yourself, what energizes you. If not, when you start studying you get bored, you get tired, you will give up. I'm not joking, I'm not swearing for you, but it's just what it is. It's easily tiring, it can be very frustrating. So you have to have something to hold on to that keeps you through. The very third step is once you've known yourself and you've understood yourself, you have the right mindset, you know yourself. The next thing is to know what are the roles in tech, where do I fit? Okay, I love analytics, I love calculation, but I also love to interact with people. I'm very creative. So if I come into this room now, I can tell you this is where this should be, this is how it should be. If you tell me a problem, I know how to solve it, I know how to create, I know how this should connect to this should connect to that. Are you with me? When you're able to know yourself, you it's easier for you to understand when you're now told the roles that this is what a software architect does, this is what an agile coach does, you will now know, "Oh, this is what actually fits me." In the technology space, you are hired based on how well you fit for the job than how you fit in the company. This is wrong. How fit you be in the company, this is not supposed to be there. So you're hired based on how well you fit for the job. It's the job they're looking at, and that's why they will ask you for your portfolio. Very, very few people will hire you based on, I think he's nice, or I think you'll be a good fit. He looks nice for the company. No, 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 no. They are looking at the job role. How do you fit? How do you qualify? Do you have the required skills for this job role? And so I've been able to kind of decluster the tech roles into three major parts: the hackers, the hipsters, and the hustlers. No one is beyond the other. I have seen people in these different spaces that are billionaires and millionaires, and I've also seen people in these spaces that are as broke anything, right? So I see some people say, software architects are richer, or not more, they are richer than digital marketing experts. It's not true. I know sales people that are in sales that do billions, millions of dollars. They negotiate what these people have developed and sell for them. I know AI engineers that do fantastically well. I know data scientists that are still struggling, right? I know web developers that are hitting it so big, UI designers, all of that. So there is no one that is more than the other. What you should focus on is identifying what is your role and be ensuring that you are very good at it. Ensuring that you are very good at that role. Ensure that you are very good at that role. Very, very important. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can take a screenshot. So ensure that these are not all the roles in tech. There are so many roles. So these are just inexhaustible tasks. So when we say the hackers, I'm talking about the more technical roles. You have to deal with a lot of technicality. And then when we talk about the hipsters, they're more when you talk about interaction, they kind of have the human technology interaction. You interact with the people, the beauty, those are the UI thing, the feel, the relationship with the users. This is it. And then these are the hustlers. So when these two people have created the products, right? These people begin to sell, they begin to arrange it, they begin to organize it, they begin to make it. I'm sure most of you didn't know that being a content creator is a tech skill. It is. So they begin to make it make sense. They begin to sell it. They begin to make that offer to the public. Okay. Then this in that same steps through, this is an example for you. So if you for example you studied engineering, or you did some kind of hard sciences, it might be easier for you to do software engineering or become a software architect, right? If you studied something related to consulting or business management, being in the product management space might work very well for you. If you're into multimedia, I see people, they're very good in designs. They have an eye for designs, graphic design, video editing. I always tell them, please don't stop there. Become a UI UX designer, right? And you can also do marketing. Not everybody that is good in graphic design can do digital marketing. No. Digital marketing is also very broad. If you're good with sales, HR, then you want to do customer success. You want to become a scrum master. You want to do agile, and all of that. If you look at this one from down, these are more interpersonal skills. If you look at it from up, they are more analytical skills. This is just an example for you. We're running out of time. Now that you know the role and then you know who you are, the next thing is you need to find the perfect fit and skill gap. What transferable skills do you already have, and what skills you need to pick up? Where are you now? Where do you want to be? So most times, what I do is I always tell people, go on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the easiest for you. I don't want to call sophisticated names for you. Go on LinkedIn and find out. Look for a job opening for that role. Say for example, you want to become a product manager. Look for a job opening for that role and look at the skill that is required. Look at the skill that is required. Then ask yourself, how many of them do I have? How many of them do I have? And which of these does it look like is a compulsory skill? Or but don't look at just one, or look at quite a number. So you know the ones that keep recurring. And then you now find out what do I do to get the skill? Don't just wake up and say, I'm going to go and take a certification in product management. Maybe you want to do product manager. When you're looking at the skill and you look at the deliverables, you will know what they are looking at. So, for example, they might be looking at a particular area where you should be able to negotiate, and you see two courses. And this course is going to be teaching you about negotiating in the product development, and this other course is not teaching you that area. It's only teaching you maybe the technical aspect. From that, because you know the gap that needs to be filled, you will know this other course is going to pay me better on a long run. Or you see the job role and they're saying they're requesting for you to have experience of about 1 to 2 years. You see this course is 1 year, but it's more of learn on the job, while this one is just you learn and then that's it. You say, okay, this one is 1 year, this one is 3 months. Better I do this 1 year, because as I'm doing it, I would have been developing project that will serve in my portfolio, that would help me for me to actually move to that career faster than for me to take this one, finish it, and I will not be looking for role which might take months for me to get. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you need to find out the perfect fields and the skill gap, and then you close the gap. You close the gap, fill those gaps, fill those gaps, fill those gaps, fill those gaps. And to be honest with you, there is no tech role that you want to transition to, even if it's to write codes. Maybe you want to focus on front end or back end, or you want to focus on a particular stack if you're coding. I'm using those examples because they are the more technical part. Or even if it's data science, there's none of them that you can complete within 6 months if you are ready, you're consistent, and you give it the work that it requires. None, none, none. You'll be able to complete all in 6 months or less. So now, what do you need to do? You first need to know yourself. I believe you would have gotten the right mindset from this call this afternoon. So now you know yourself, you need to pull out your resume or CV and compare it to that dream job or that dream tech role that you want to identify the skill gap and now start finding the skill, the where you can learn to fill in that skill gap. So now that's it for the steps I want to put you through. Oh, we have 8 minutes left. Yeah, so that's it. So are we clear? Did I justify the topic? Tell me in the comments. And then do you have questions? Quickly shoot me questions in the comments. We don't have much time again before we wrap this up. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any question. Please feel free to ask. This is your sport, so ask your questions, please. Okay, thank you, Bukola. So do we have questions? Let's ask our questions. Any questions you might have, please ask. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Blessing. So ask your questions. Are you stuck? Now, while we're at it, I'm not very open for mentoring. I'm not very open for clarity sessions as well, but I'll just give an open session to a selected number of those that signed up for this open day. We'll send an email after this. If you're interested, you want me to walk you through and identify the particular text course that you should go, you should study, and the right course to do that, then you can hook me up. I'll give you a discount. Now, note, most test courses are not free, especially when you want to really get the value and the certificate that you want. They're not free. And I'm not saying you must do them with Techy training, but just be ready to invest in yourself. So for me, I had to do some jobs that I didn't like to save up money to do the ones that I knew were going to pay me. Do you understand? So there were some things I didn't like. Now I don't do them anymore, but I had to do them. Man, I'm not an extroverted person. I don't like to be in people's faces, but I had to do some jobs where I had to interact with people and take all the insults because I knew I was saving money for what I wanted to get. There was even a time I had to take a huge amount of loan to take a course. And by the time I finished the course and I was beginning to apply with the course, I was supposed to pay the loan in 6 months. I paid it in 3 months. So you might need to invest in yourself. There were times where I had to sell my belongings to get money to take a course. There were times I had to starve. I'm just giving you this example. They are real. It's not, I'm not telling you to come and dash me anything, but I'm just telling you the realistic thing. This is the truth. So if you think you just sit down and jump on your lap, it's not true, right? We have some courses in tech training, but we don't have all tech courses. Software development course, we're currently running it on a free basis under our foundation for 10 women, but we don't have a course for it. We have a course if it's data analytics, but please don't jump and go and take data analytics. Know that that's what you want to do and you can do it. It can be very technical, right? We have social media, we have digital marketing, and then we also have Tech Up Girls that is coming very soon. That is more of basic digital skills. We have exciting video editing course. Video is actually very important for the future, especially when you want to do digital marketing. Facebook too is carrying video. Everybody is doing video now. So you know how to edit videos, you're a hot cake. So we have those kind of courses. I don't want to take so long in this call. I want to answer your questions. So after this call, we'll just send you details. and we're going to give you a discount if you're taking a Techy training. But we also have some other people that have some of these courses that will be, I know that they have created these courses very well, and if you take it to them, it will be very good. I can't promise you they'll give you a discount, but we'll try to discuss with them, and if they offer you a discount, fine. If they're not, it's absolutely okay. You can save up and plan to actually get them. So Chidima asks, can one do data analytics with just a mobile device? No, 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 you can't. Sorry about that. You have to say for a laptop, invest in a laptop. It's a non-negotiable now. Instead of asking uncle for money for clothes, money for this, tell them to contribute and buy you a laptop. They should invest in your life. That is what will help you to be better tomorrow. You need a laptop. Blessing, I would like to ask I'm more of an introverted person. I'm currently doing software engineering. Plan on linking it with my health background. I don't know how visible that. Yeah, sure, it's good. It's good. Telemedicine is springing up. Infusing tech in medicine is it's springing up a whole lot. So if you can keep up with it, sure. Software development engineering does not involve you relating with so many people, so it's absolutely fine if you can keep up with it. Chidima, actually my laptop is not available. Chidima, if laptop is not available, you have to strive to get laptop. If you don't have laptop, do social media management for people. Maybe three per month. Collect like 40K or 30K per month. By the time you do it for three of them for 2 months, you'll be able to get money to buy a very good laptop. 30K, 30K, 30K for three of them in 1 month is 90K. Let's say you use 10K to pay for Canva and your data. The next month you use 10K, you have 80K, 80K, 60K, 160K. The third month you do it, or when you have the 160K, you go to your brother or sister and say, this is how much I have, this is how much I need. Please, can you add for me? I want to buy a quality laptop because of this. Trust me, they will give you. You can even tell them, borrow me. When I get another money, I'll pay you back. People want to see that they will give you. They will give you. Laptop is a non-negotiable. You have to have that. How can someone that doesn't have a laptop develop herself on graphic design and social media manager? You don't have a laptop, graphic design, you can use Canva. Canva is a good place to start with your phone. And social media, you have Canva, you have your phone. Please, you don't have to manage high technical. You can Twitter, manage their Facebook and Instagram. Take a social media course, learn it well, or go learn on an internship, and you can start from there. Yeah, you can start from there and you can save up money. I did social media to save up to be able to take some higher courses. So please, but now I don't do social media like that myself anymore because I'm very introverted. So I don't like plenty wala. I just want to do my work and off my phone when I want to off it. But when you're doing social media, you can't easily turn off your phone as often as you want to sometimes because you don't want to miss a comment and they say you didn't respond to that DM early and all of that. So you can sacrifice that for a bit. Blessing, I for one am looking for how to get into internships or training jobs, but it seems hard to find. What can I do to find one? Sometimes the trainee jobs you're trying to get into, you're looking for paid internship, which is not easy to get. So not everybody wants to take you as an intern or a trainee and be paying you and you'll be learning from them and you don't have anything to give them back. Not everybody can handle that. Most people want people that are already experienced to come in so that I'm paying you and I'm getting value, then yes, you can also learn better. So you might want to open your eyes to getting opportunities that might not necessarily be paying, but if they can give you data or if it's physical, if you can get transport, just be satisfied with it and build your portfolio. Don't be after the money for the first if you're not getting it. Trust me. Um, okay, Precious. How can one learn social media management job, please? Just so many ways. What do you post on your status? What do you post on social media? Tell people you're a social media manager now. People look for those roles every day. Go to LinkedIn and apply and put it out there or social media when looking for jobs. Bid for jobs. Tell people I'm a social media manager. Have your price rate. Now if you want to if you want to do this professionally, then you need to take our course. Take a course with us to learn how to do that. If you want to do this professionally, but if you want to do it the way people are doing it, just manage your social media and then you pay. Please, you can always start. It's not a problem. What is the price range for a computer? There are different price ranges. I do not sell computers, so you can check, but you want to get a good computer, you have to think from about 170,000 and above. With the dollar rate going up, before with about 120 to 150 or something, you get something good. But right now you can't because of the dollar exchange rate. So it can go as high as 200 or thereabout. And I'm not even talking of new one, no. So Just the dollar rate is not friendly, and the way it's going, it might also be going higher as the days proceed. So do we have any more questions? 1 minute past 4. This is supposed to be a 1 hour session. You're welcome. You're welcome, Jeanette. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming with me live this afternoon. I hope I was able to do justice to all your questions, and I hope we get to do this again more often. And I look forward to hearing your testimonies of how this session can actually impact on your life and your growth. And I want to see you in tech if you should be in tech, but not just in tech, but in the right area of tech. So by September, I want to hear your testimony of how you transitioned and how you're doing fantastically well in areas of tech. Remember, be realistic, set realistic goals, and be patient, right? Okay. So thank you. And like I've said, if you want to have a one-on-one session with us, get to us on WhatsApp and speak to Mariam to book a session with me. It's not free, but I'll give you a discount. And then if you want to take our course, we'll tell you links and give you a coupon for discount codes for what is coming. And then we'll also share links of some other people that have some other interesting courses that you might find helpful. Then if you're between 16 and 26 years, you want to sign up for Pep Up Girls. The curriculum is now different, and it might be a good start for those that are absolutely newbies. Thank you all and have an amazing evening. Bye.
Hi, my name is Excellence Joshua and I am the CEO of the Techy Incubator. I congratulate you on completing this course. I hope that in this course you had value for your time and you also had enough resources that were beneficial to you to meet the objectives of you taking this course. The Techy Incubator is a technology company focused on training and outsourcing. We train on areas of online media marketing, special technology skills like web development, data analytics, UI UX, software development, and more. We also train on administrative duties like virtual assistants, personal assistants, data entry, and the rest of them. We also run a virtual assistant agency where we help companies from across the world hire exceptional talents in areas of technology, marketing, and administration. If it can be done digitally, then we can handle it. In our agency, you can hire us to run things like social media management, administration, personal assistant, virtual assistant, web development, and so many other services that can be managed digitally so you can focus on other things. We partner with you to help achieve your organizational goals. Are you looking for remote work or are you looking to transition to tech? Then Techy is the best place to start. Our courses are simplified and well tailored to ensure that they are applicable to real life situations. And so the Techy Academy is where you should be. Are you a business owner, an entrepreneur, or you feel overwhelmed with work? You're tired of running things by yourself and you really want to ensure that your overhead cost is run as minimum as possible. You don't want to spend so much, but you want to increase your productivity. Then we are your go-to person. The Techy Incubator Agency can handle all those external processes for you that will save you costs and increase your productivity. You can check our websites. You can see them scrolling on your screen. Just check on any of them. If it's the academy, go to school.thetechytrain.net. If it's the agency, just visit thetechytrain.net and you just see so many information that can help you. You can also chat with us live if you're not sure of what you really need, and we're definitely here to help you. We look forward to you using all that you've learned in this course to make a difference in your life, in your business, and in the society. Have a beautiful day.